Sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness and none is to be served, worship to praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. I'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters who extended us the greetings of Assalamu Alaikum. We have Brother Salim Bey, and he's still in the hospital. We have Brother Mustafa and Sister Sharice Ali from Cleveland. We have Brother Calvin Shabazz from Atlanta. We have Sister Badia Muhammad from Hawaii. We have Sister Patricia Muhammad from Chicago. We have Sister Samira Musin, and we have the Rafiq family. And I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. We want to continue with our talk about which one will survive the war of Armageddon. But today we like to talk about being reunited with our own. And we want to start with April 5th, 1968, Muhammad Speaks. And this was written by Sister Bayina Sharif. And the title is Cites Incident Underlining Why Islamic Laws Show Up America's Loose Ways. She says, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wishes so very deeply that the sisters be raised and trained into the Islamic law. He teaches the woman not to meet and speak with men outside of her family and relatives. She is to avoid contact with men in general, unless it is absolutely necessary. In order that we may be able to live in a Muslim society, in a Muslim country, we women must keep ourselves within the restrictive laws of Islam. The strictness of our law is our success. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah, teaches us. I have lived in a Muslim country for 22 months, and I have witnessed the Muslim women living in the bounds of their Islamic law. When they pass men in the streets, they cast their eyes down or look past the men. They avoid speaking to any man other than their blood relatives or their husbands. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is instructing us in the same way, and thus preparing us to meet the demands made of women in Muslim society. In this hell of North America, these restrictive laws appear difficult to some and ridiculous to others. But for those who believe the laws to be ridiculous, they are ignorant to the knowledge of the success of a clean and beautiful Islamic society, the laws. Now these articles that Sister Bayina Sharif used to make, she was living in the Sudan. So she was a college student in the Sudan. And she was writing her articles comparing the messenger's strict restrictive laws to the restrictive laws of the Sudan. And I think that these articles are good articles for us to read, because she was comparing and because she the one who makes us to know how it is as a woman or a man to live in a completely Islamic society. Because we have it where, you know, we live in here with the devil and we see filth and we be kind of pulled. But she was talking about how when she was living in an Islamic society, she was forced to practice their clean way because she couldn't do nothing else. She couldn't just flirt with men. She couldn't just, you know what I'm saying, come out the house without her headpiece on. And this is what the messenger is getting us, preparing us for, is to live in a totally Islamic society, because we are supposed to be reunited with our own kind. We're not going to be here living with these devils forever. And if something, let's just say right now, if something happened to the devils and it's over, and we got to go over there and live with them Muslims, and we still looking at women when they walking past like, look at her, you know, and sisters still, you know, socializing with lost finds. You can't do that in a strictly Muslim society. And she gives another example of when a brother from the Sudan was living in America, and then he came back to the Sudan acting like an American boy. She says, one afternoon, a young man came to the girls' hostel for me in a long car, rare in the Sudan because the Sudanese usually buy small European cars, and sent one of the door guards of the hostel in to call me. Not knowing who was at the gate and not being fully dressed, I wrapped a toga, the national dress of the Sudanese women, around myself and went to the gate. When I came to the gate of the hostel, I found him there. He introduced himself and asked if I would go out with him. I was surprised and disgusted with his manners. He seemed so contrary to the society in which he lived. He tried to speak American slang, sloppy English, and acted like an American. It was so strange to see one acting in the crude, impolite manner of an American in the Sudan. He had been told that there was an American at the university, and having been to America and thus being familiar with the loose and immoral ways of Americans, he assumed that I would be an easy pick up for him. However, when he saw me in the Sudanese toga, he was surprised and did not press me to accept his invitation. This was the first time that I realized how much of a misfit is the one who tries to behave in the manner of the white man in an Islamic society. All praise due to Allah. See, this Sudanese boy who was raised in Sudan, he thinking like, oh, she an American, I can get with her, you know, she gonna be loose. So he come all up trying to talk to her and everything, and she like, what's up? He was surprised when he saw she was adhering to the Muslim culture of the Sudan. And these articles written by her are good because she talks about her experiences as a follower of the messenger in the Sudan. And it's another sister who writes her articles. It's called Islam at Tuskegee. And she was going to Tuskegee University. And she was talking about her experience and other Muslims dealing with the lost founds and how they were sticking to the strict restrictive laws of the messenger dealing with the lost founds. These is good articles to read, like, wow, you know, they battling with them to try to influence the lost founds to the Muslim way. Because they wasn't going, when you read these, this is the huge difference. When you read Muslim, they was trying to influence you. They wasn't trying to let the lost found influence Muslims. You didn't see that, especially when you read articles. And I want to show some pictures. These are pictures of Muslims in the Muhammad Speaks. This is a picture of Muslim newlyweds. This is a picture of these brothers and sisters is from Hattiesburg, Pennsylvania, and these two newlyweds is from Dallas, Texas. And when you looked in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper and saw newlyweds, you didn't see them like how you see with the white man. You know, with all this romance. You know, all of this romance looking like, you know, all savage. No, you ain't see no romance. You didn't see nothing that had to do with, that the messenger said, sweetheart. Never. You never saw that in the Muhammad Speaks. And the way you can tell, because I can't show you in the Muhammad Speaks, I can't show you in the message to the black man where the messenger said, we shouldn't do this. I don't find no instruction. But the way you can tell that this is from the messenger is compare what you see Muslims doing now. If this wasn't from the messenger, why Muslims not doing it like this now? Go look at any Muslim publication. I done seen Muslim publications where brothers taking pictures with sisters laying all on they shoulder in national Muslim publications. Ain't even married. Now Muslims are having dances at the University of Islam. But when you see the messenger, when the Muhammad Speaks was around when the messenger was alive, you don't see no sweetheart with married couples. Let's look at another picture. Because these is two different cities. They're not from the same city. And then we have another one. This is a picture. It's called Twin Nuptials. These brothers and sisters is from San Diego, California. You got 3 couples in this picture. They ain't holding hands. You don't see the brother with his arm around the sister. You don't see her laying with her head all on his chest. No. Because when you compare how the messenger was training us when he was alive, it's to transit right over into a Muslim society. Because all this sweethearting, all this woman on display, that's lost found, and that's the white man's way. Because when you compare Muslims followers of the messenger to the lost founds, you always see a difference. All praise is due to Allah. You always see a difference. You don't see Muslims during the time, and this is why the Muhammad Speaks newspaper is so important for us to read. Because everything in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, I can't show you where the messenger said, do this, do that. But what the messenger told us in Savior's Day 1974, he said, I taught you everything you need to know to go for yourself as a nation of people. We don't need the messenger here holding our hands. We don't need to look at this picture and be like, I wonder, did the messenger say that? Is it decent? Does it go against your religion? Is it a standard of high morals? What's wrong with it? All praise is due to Allah. If an official told you right now on your social media page, take down all your sweetheart and pictures. I only want you to take pictures like this. Why would you have a problem with it? High moral standard. The messenger said that Master Farad Muhammad is taking us to the top of civilization. We're not just going to integrate into it. We're going to the top. Is this the top? All praise is due to Allah. So what's the problem? Because we can't show what the messenger said. We can't show you everything. But he taught us enough to where we can use common sense and good judgment. I ain't got to show you everywhere and find all in the message to the black man where the messenger said this and that. Use common sense and good judgment. The messenger not here no more. And he told us that I done taught you everything. You know enough about Islam now to go for yourself. So we don't need him here holding our hand. I heard a story. I want to share a story that I heard about some brothers here in Detroit. I heard that they walking past a store and they saw a picture of the messenger hanging up in the store. So when you go to the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, you see under the picture, it says that Muslims reserve the right of this photo. This photo will not be duplicated or, so forth and so forth. I don't know the exact wording. But in other words, you can't just take my picture and do what you want to do with my picture. So the brother came back and got some more FOI. And they went back to the store and took the picture down. They paid the brother for the picture. They didn't just steal his picture. But they took the picture down and let the brother know, or the brother or whoever this person was, that you're not authorized to have this picture. All praise is due to Allah. Now, what if you had a brother, when the brother go there and he say, yo, I see this brother, he got a picture of the messenger hanging up in his store. What if the brother would have been like, well, what did the messenger say we supposed to go to this store and take it now? What could the brother have showed him? Could he pull out the message to the black man and be like, right here, the messenger said anytime we see his picture? No. But when you on the same page, he said enough. He don't have to tell us. He said under the picture that this is reserved for Muslims. That's all he got to say. He ain't got to be holding our hand like, well, brother, when you see my picture up, No. He said enough. He said enough for us to know. We know what it is. We know what it is. We just don't want to do it. That's the whole fact. Because if I was to say, let's go to the park to show the lost founds that Muslims have fun too. Ain't no Muslim gonna say, where the messenger say that. All praise due to Allah. I ain't gotta pull out the message to the black man. I ain't gotta pull out the Muhammad Speaks. No, that's a good idea. But if I say something that got to do with a high moral standard, where the messenger say that? Then if you show them, you say, well, right here, this is what the messenger say. If he ain't say it like they want him to say it, no, it don't mean that. That's how they do. And we got to understand that to bring the nation of Islam back to what it was under the messenger, we're going to have to fight Muslims too. Oh, yeah, with the truth. All praise due to Allah. We're going to have to fight them with the truth, straight up. Because if we want no nonsense, we got to be no nonsense. Like, nah, brother, we ain't doing that. Straight up. I'm not lollipopping to get the lost found. Straight up. When it's come time to go to the park to show the lost found Muslims have fun too, my head hurting. I got to work. I don't know. I'm feeling sick. I'm not doing no lollipopping to show the Muslims or the lost founds that Muslims have fun too. Now, if we want to do something that has to do with a high moral standard, if we want to do something to show them discipline, the same thing the messenger showed them, I'm all for it. But I'm not doing all praise due to Allah. I'm not doing nothing that got to do with no lollipopping, none of this little leisure stuff to get no lost found. No. Because if you go to the market, do you go to the market to show the lost founds that Muslims go to the market too? You go to the market because you want to go to the market to get food for yourself. You ain't showing the lost. If they there and they see you, that's good. You a Muslim all the time. But you're not going to the market to show the lost founds that Muslims go to the market too. Now, if you go to the park, ain't nothing wrong if you feel like, hey, go to the park. I'm not going to the park to show the lost found nothing. If they there when I'm there, how you doing? You want to come to the temple. But that's not nothing I'm using as no bait to get no lost found. No. If I'm at the park relaxing or something. It's not nothing I'm doing trying to get off. That's not what the messenger showed. When you listen to people talk about the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, because they still writing about the influence of the Muhammad Speaks newspaper today. And they talking about no black publication to this day has the same influence on American society. Because even the white man had to change his thing according to the Muhammad Speaks. He couldn't just teach black people that they're blonde hair, blue-eyed Jesus. He still couldn't call us Negroes and colored people. He had to change his thing. So the Muhammad Speaks newspaper not only changed black America, it changed America as a whole. Why? High moral standard. But brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I leave you as I came in the nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Like saying in the name of Allah, we came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the true and living God. We forever thank him. Right up in our midst, a divine leader, teaching guide, in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of Almighty God, Allah, forever be upon him. We're truly grateful on his coming, raising one from among you and I, to teach and guide us. That's none other than the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of Almighty God, Allah, forever be upon him. We know for surety, as believers, that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is no longer with you and I in the physical form. That what was given to him from Almighty God, Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, live with you and I, the believers. We're very fortunate, brothers and sisters, and very blessed to be witness bearers of the truth that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad has given you and I from Almighty God, Allah. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to be here in this day and time, bearing witness that there's no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was his last and greatest messenger. We know that Allah only chooses one, and he raised one from among you and I to teach and guide us. And he chose him and taught him, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, for 3.5 years. The knowledge, wisdom, understanding of both books, the Bible and the Holy Quran. He didn't leave not one stone unturned. He taught us for 44 years that Allah's God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was his last and greatest messenger. We don't have a doubt in our minds, because we see and feel the benefit, the enjoyment, the happiness that we begin to receive when we accept Islam. under the guidance and leadership of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Islam means peace. And Allah, He is the author of peace. And from peace, it comes from Allah. And by us, our obedience to Allah, He blesses us with peace. And that's the only way that we can enjoy peace of mind and contentment, friendships in all walks of life, money, good homes, happiness, is obedience to Allah. The obedience to Allah and obedience to His messenger. A disbelief in Allah is a disbelief in the messenger. You got to believe in both. You can't believe in one and disbelieve in the other. You must believe in both. So we didn't know that. We had no idea that the Son of Man is God, Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi. We're fortunate to have this understanding. And we must carry it into practice to benefit from it. I'd like to read something, share something with you, the believers, that I looked at in the Holy Quran under the food. See, food, there are different types of food. You know, we're talking about physical food, mental food. There's different types of food. I ain't just talking about cramming our face all the time. We cram our brain. Page 252, chapter 5, verse 39. So this says this: but whoever repents after his wrongdoing and reforms, Allah will turn to him mercifully. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. So that's showing you and I, we don't have no excuse for continuing wrongdoing. No excuse. Because whoever repents after his wrongdoing, Allah will turn to him mercifully. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. That's the only one who's going to forgive you and I for our wrongdoing. And the messenger taught us that Allah demands strict obedience to his law, 100%. You know, we had a messenger to teach us. You can accept it or you can reject it. Either way. Because he taught us this is the final war against right and wrong. If you read the Muhammad Speaks, if you have read it, read it. If you haven't, read it. That really will show you and I, this is the final war. The message say, when we see evil, corruption spreading far and wide, know that the time is near. We can see the day. Look at the heads of state today. Look at the condition that this world is in. The white man's world, not our world, the white man's world. It's crumbling. And if we're not careful, we're going to get caught up in it. This is the bottom line. You either accept Islam or Christianity. That's how it is. We either accept that, right or wrong. You can't serve two gods. You can't straddle the fence. This is manifestation time here of defects in all of us. What's hidden in us, Allah brings everything out of you and I. What's hidden in us, brothers and sisters? It's not a game. We're not dealing with a spook. We're dealing with a true God that knows the things, that knows all hidden things. And he's going to bring it out. Just like the sun shines. What the sun do? How powerful the rays of the sun do? It brings the beauty out of the earth. It brings the flowers out of the earth. They bloom and blossom. That's from the sun. Who put it there? The God put it there. And likewise, what's in you and I, it's going to come out. It's going to blossom or it's going to destroy you. That's how it is. That's the bottom line. Allah going to bring everything out of you and I, what's hidden in us, just like the sun brings everything out of the earth, what's hidden in it. It's coming. So if we got any kind of malfunction, it's going to be repaired. or you're going to crash. What do you do? You're going to accept right or reject it, or accept wrong. This is the resurrection of the so-called American Negro. And we're also being resurrected. That means to rise up or to make known. So we're going to rise up, and what's going to be made known? Our character. It's going to come out in our character. What's hidden? The rebelliousness, the truthfulness, the faithfulness. Going to come out in our character. How we tell that? By the work that we do. We write in our book. The wrong is balanced now. Right or wrong? One of them going to overpower each other. It's like, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? Truth or falsehood? It goes within ourselves. It's Armageddon within ourselves. This is the war of Armageddon with ourselves. Right and wrong is coming out ourselves. This is the fight, war of Armageddon. And you and I, right at the top of our head, right or wrong, which God are we going to serve? The God of righteousness or the God of wickedness? We can't serve both of them. We can't straddle the fence. You're going to have to make a decision today. Which one you're going to serve? Which God you're going to serve? You're going to have to make a decision today. Mere belief count for nothing unless carried into practice. We can talk all day. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam all day. If we don't believe it, it ain't worth nothing. It ain't worth nothing because time will tell. It always tell. Let me say this. The true and living God is the Son of Man, Master Farad Muhammad. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last and greatest messenger. The number one principle of Islam, the belief in Allah and its apostle, Elijah Muhammad, the last messenger of Allah. That's the number 3. Number 4. I wrote this down because I don't want to make a mistake. To believe in praying at least 5 times a day. These are principles. We must do these things. And if we don't do these things or carry out into practice these things, we're going to fall a victim. We're going to fall a victim to all sorts of things that's coming up. Our attitude, it plays a great part in our attitude. You have to be in the right frame of mind to be even on your way, on the road to success. We have to be in the right frame of mind. We have to trust and believe in Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad to protect us and guide us. We must be in that frame of mind. We must have that positive attitude. We must say our prayers. And I think when we mention prayer, we take it lightly. We throw it on the back burner. Because the messenger said when we say our prayers, we must believe in the prayer. You have to believe in the prayer. To believe Allah will guide you on the right path. That's why you sin and asking Him. Okay? But you have to believe that He will. And then you have to take the initiative to stay on the right path. You have to want to stay on the right path for Him to guide you. It's like I said all the time, like a dope fiend. Say a crackhead. He have to believe he have a problem before he on the road to success. If he don't believe he have a problem, he won't be helped. So when we say our prayers, we believe that we tell Him Allah, we need you to guide us. I need you to guide me on the right path. I have to take the first step, the messenger said. So the first step is when you're doing your ablution. That's the first step. Then we wash up, say our prayers, then we ask Allah to please guide me on the right path. And then we ourselves go on this path. We have to try to stay on the path. He's given us the strength to stay on the path. But we have to admit our faults. These kind of things. I hope I'm getting to some of us. It don't sound like this. Just hold on for a minute. The messenger said we need a God who will help us and answer our prayers when we call on Him. That's why I said we have to believe in our prayer and have to believe that Allah will help us. But if we're in our wrongdoing, and be so proud. We don't say our prayers and we fall a victim. This is how a lot of stuff comes up when we don't say our prayers. We won't admit it, but this is what's going on. When we don't say our prayers, we find ourselves, we get rebellious. We get hard to deal with. We become confused. Because, you know what the Master said? We mess around so much, or we in so much denial, Allah will confuse you. You can get sometime you can't even say your prayer. You forget your prayer. These are the kind of things what's happening. When we stop saying our prayers, it get away from you. Practice. We have to constantly say our prayers. So you know sometime now, when you do our evolution, it comes natural to you. Because you've been doing it so long, it comes, you know it right off. You don't have to think. You just go there and you do it. Because why? It's in your mind. You doing it constantly. You have to constantly do it. You practice, then you keep practicing, you get good at it. You start doing it, just come right to you. You ain't got to think about it. It comes right to you. But when you don't say your prayers, you forget. You forget about the evolution. You start, it just ain't right. See? Because when we say our prayers, it's the remembrance of Allah. It's the remembrance of Allah. That's the greatest force. When we say our prayers, it comes natural to you. You know what I'm saying? And Allah blesses us. Okay. Truth. After Islam, everything has failed. But before Islam, everything had failed. After Islam comes truth. Mere belief counts for nothing that's carried into practice. This is what the Holy Quran says about that. Belief is thus not mere confession of the truth, but the beholding of it under trials. Read this again. The Holy Quran says belief is thus not mere confession of the truth, but the upholding of it under trials. I don't care what kind of trial we're under, truth still goes on. I don't care what kind of trial we're under, truth still goes on. Truth is truth, regardless to it. Truth separates. Truth hurts the guilty. There's pain sometimes in truth. And there's happiness in truth. But you ain't going to get both of them. You're going to go through some of it. Before we accept Islam, we were catching all kind of hell. We were wallowing all in the mud, but we accepted that. Why we accepted? Because we didn't know until they heard the teachings of the Master. But we was willing to wallow in all that. Before the coming of Almighty God, Allah, we wallowed in the mud, all that, because we didn't think it was nothing, so it wasn't nothing to us. But when we found out the truth, the messenger raised us up, brought us out of that mud. Now, we must uphold it. So now we got both ends. We know truth and we know falsehood. We got both ends. We know the devil and we know who God is. We got both sides of it now. So we have to uphold it. See, under trials. Hard trials are necessary to establish truth. Not only through the temple or whatnot, it's our everyday life. We're going through trials. There's going to be truth and falsehood when we're dealing with each other. Truth is truth. We still have to uphold the truth. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. That's all to it. See? So, this is why we have to be able to accept falsehood, truth, and falsehood. We have to be able to accept that. If we're wrong, we got to be able to accept it. We can't make an excuse. We got to accept it. I've been there many times. Lots of times it's hard. It's hard most of the time to accept when you're wrong. It's hard because we got that manhood, or we the God. The black man is the God. And it's hard sometimes to submit when we're wrong. We go out our way sometimes to try to prove different. But deep inside, Allah is the God. This is who we're dealing with. We're dealing with a just God. A powerful just God that knows what's in us. And it's not going to have, you're going to have it his way. Not our way. It's going to have to go his way. If you don't, you're going to suffer. Because he only knows one way, and that's right. He only know one way. Master Farad Muhammad only know one way. That's right. I don't care who you is. He'll chastise messengers if they don't do what he say. What do you think about yourself? I'm talking about a messenger. He'll chastise if they don't obey and do it like he told them to do. And he'll do that to you and I. Because he knows, brothers and sisters. He knows. I don't care what it is. He know it. Whatever hidden, he know it. And it's going to make you better. It's going to make you better. And I tell you what to do, it's going to make you or break you. It's going to make you or break you. If you don't accept it, you die. You die within. Within, it kills you. Your whole self rotten. And it comes out. You can't hide it. It's going to come out. How do it come out? In your appearance, in your facial expressions, in your doing and your talking. It comes out. You can't hide it. If you're not truthful, when you're trying to play it off, it comes out. You can't hide it. Believers will see it. Because Allah will show it and make it manifest. This is what's happening. This is the days of manifestation. If something bad in me, bring it out, Master Farad Muhammad. Don't let me walk around in this madness in myself. Bring it out before I destroy myself. See? Jealousy and envy. All this destroys, it gets you within. It gets us. See? We're supposed to love for your black brothers and sisters, that's what you love for yourself. A lot of times what the message say, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. When he said to him, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, the message say, okay, that's on you, but I brought it to you. I brought it to you. You either accept it or you reject it. I thank Allah. We got a just God on our side who will well able to protect us. And he protect us against any enemy. Any enemy. He will protect us. And if in the Muslim world, if you have anything, brothers and sisters, listen closely. If we have anything in our hearts against a believer, don't you know Allah will reverse it and put it on you? You understand what I'm saying? This is not a game, this is true. He'll reverse that evil in your heart against any believer and put it on yourself. If you hate your brother and sister, he gonna put it on you for somebody gonna hate you. If you seek to murder your brother and your sister, he gonna put something on you, on somebody to murder you. That's how it goes. And if you think a bad thought sometime about a believer, he'll put it on, he'll get you too. We have to learn how to respect the God. The devil gonna learn pretty soon. He gonna learn, but he ain't going down without a fight. But he gonna wish he had submitted before Allah get through with him. See? The message say they shoot our brothers and sisters down in the street, in which they doing for nothing. But he say you get the least one of mine, I get 10 of your best ones. This is what's happening. We're very fortunate to be followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But we have to understand and realize the power of Master Farad Muhammad. How do you think we is able to survive all this? Because of his power. Because of his might. He knows it all. This is the God who we serve, who we trust in, who we rely on. Our very existence rely on Master Farad Muhammad. And we walk around here, you got some walk around and want to do harm to a believer. Think evil of your brother and your sister. When the message said, love your brother and sister as you love yourself. Do unto your brother and sister as you would have done unto yourself. You even treat the devil right. Gosh, deceiver. As long as it don't conflict with your religion. We treat the skunk right. At all, he done murdered and killed us. Our foreparents made slaves out of us. We still treat them right. And we justified the killing. But Master Farad Muhammad gonna take care of him. He said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. He gonna take care of him. We just follow and obey his message and love each other like we should. See? This is the problem, one of the problems. We have to love our brothers and sisters like we love ourselves. Don't do me like you don't want to be treated right. Don't treat me wrong. Don't treat me wrong. I'm not going to treat you wrong. Don't you treat me wrong. I'm not going to stand for you to treat me wrong. And I'm not supposed to, you don't stand for me to treat you wrong. That's justice. but accept your fault. When we go to Master Prophet Muhammad, we say, oh Allah, please forgive me my faults. If you don't go to him and say, forgive me my faults, you are perfect. None of us perfect. One perfect one, that's Master Prophet Muhammad. We're not perfect. We don't have the answer. If we had the answer, you'd be out there. We wouldn't need a messenger if we got the answer. He was a messenger raised from among you and I to teach and guide us. He went through what we going through. He been all through that. He know us in and out. And we sit around there and we still don't want to accept the truth. Truth hurts the guilty. And if we don't accept the truth, I feel sorry for you. Because down the road, you're going to get it. We're going to find out the truth. Allah going to show it to you. He wouldn't be a just God if he didn't. We think we pulling one over or pulling a fast one. I may not see you. You may not see you. But Allah see you. That's the one who's going to judge you. That's the one you're going to have to give an account of. Your wrongdoing, or my wrongdoing, or my suspicion, or my hatefulness for my brother, or my hatefulness in my heart toward my sister, because I think I'm right. Iblis, we got a good example. Iblis, everyone accepted Allah but Iblis. Why? Because why? He was too proud. He was too proud to submit. Everybody else that submitted but him. Everybody ain't wrong. That's what you look at most of the time. But he was too proud to accept the truth. To accept that Allah is God. We know Allah is God, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. But man is foolish. Lots of times they don't accept the truth. Read this here. So, when I say a believer upholding the truth under trials, trials is necessary to establish truth. Hard trials. That's in anything. When truth is present to establish the truth in any situation. Any situation where we establish the truth. We're not talking about lost found for a minute, just for a minute. In its disagreement. Under hard trial, we have to establish the truth of it. We have to get to the bottom of it, the truth of it. So as followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, we must uphold and bear witness to his teachings from Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. A generous reward is promised to those who make these sacrifices. We made a lot of sacrifices. We make a lot of sacrifices. And that's what we have to do. We have to sacrifice to establish truth. All kinds of sacrifice. Money, time, effort, everything sacrifice. Time that we put in, we have to sacrifice. We have to give time to this. And we have to obey the divine messengers. It's difficult sometimes, brothers and sisters. Truth is painful sometimes. When I say hurts the guilty, it does. I don't care what it is that we're dealing with. If we're not in accord, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you and I. And that's good when it hurts you. See, because it's showing you, hey, I got to shape up. I got to shape up because it's getting to me. That self-accusing spirit, that's what we have. And we can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It's you. It's your very existence. It's you. It's our very being. It's me. That self-accusing spirit, it accuses itself. Nobody will bear the burden of another. You bear your own burden. You all in your own fire. If you getting burnt up or I getting burnt up, you don't feel it. I'm the one getting burnt up. So what does it do? It dampens my character. It dampens my spirit. You get to a point where you don't even want to be around. You want to hightail it out of here. What I'm saying. You know, when we guilty, it's hard to stay around people that's doing something, trying to do what is right. Because we figure everybody know. That's that accusing spirit. Like everybody know what you're doing. Nobody care what you're doing. What you're doing something wrong, Allah sees. And even our thought patterns, brothers and sisters, how we think, how we act toward one another. It's been written down. It's been written down in our mind. Your book, our book, the book of deeds, what we write, our own book, how we treat each other. All this here, how we think, what we think about each other. It's all in our minds on what we think. Look, if I think ill of you, what I'm saying, if I think ill of you, that's a sin. That's a bad. I don't have to like you, but if I think so ill of doing some harm against you, that's a sin. That's a sin. If I got in my heart to hurt you, I got some in my heart to hurt you, I got some in my heart to mistreat you. That's a sin, man.
Yes.
For what? Why would I want to mistreat you and hurt you? That's evil. That's just to think bad and hope bad things happen to you. That's an evil. That's an evil. And it shows. Allah gonna bring it out. He's gonna bring it out. And I pray Allah that He do. I don't never want to get caught up in this hating my brother and my sister. I don't want to get caught up like that. I pray Allah I never get caught up like that. I ain't did nothing to you. You ain't did nothing to me. I don't know what you thinking or how you thinking or what you think about me or what you think about your brother and your sister. That's you and Allah. And if it's wrong, you're going to get paid for it. If you're wrong, Allah going to chastise you and me. If I'm wrong and got something in my heart against you, He should chastise me. Because I know better. I know better. Islam, and you know better. You know if you're right or wrong. You know if you're doing right or wrong. You know that. But a lot of us keep doing it. Why? Because of our proudness and our stiff-neckedness and rebelliousness. We keep doing it, and what is all, we forget about the God. We disrespect the God. We disrespect His laws, rules, and regulations. And it gets to a point, it becomes a habit. When we start disrespecting the God and doing what we want to do, it becomes a habit, and you think you're going up, and you're going backwards. Every time you try to get something, it goes right through your hand. You ain't going to have no progress, because He's not going to let you make progress. What the message say? When you keep doing wrong, you're not going to make progress. He's going to see to it that you don't make progress. He's going to see to it that you catch hell until you do submit. That's the Lord of the world. That's who you dealing with. Our actions will be the judge of you, what the messenger said. Our actions. That means what we do, what we say, and what we think. Say, think 5 times, and you might be right. That's right. We got a God on our side, and we're going to be successful. And we are successful. But what we have, the believers that we have, we are successful. And as long as we keep our hearts right, keep our eye on the messenger out front, we go be successful. There's nothing but success ahead. We're in a struggle now, but keep striving. That's right, we're in a struggle right now. We just got to keep striving, keep believing, keep pushing, and keep moving forward. But we're behind Allah. He gets behind us and He pushes us, and we want to do what is right. See, this is what's going on. We got to be for right. I don't care who it is. Because my wife, my daughter, my son-in-law, my daughter-in-law, whoever. You're right, I'm with you. You're wrong, I'm against you. There you go. And I'm saying by the law. We have laws, rules, and regulations that we must abide by. We had it when the messenger started, and we still have them. We haven't changed the law. It's the law. He gave us the law. And the law is what? To protect the believers. To keep the hypocrites and disbelievers out of here. The restrictive law is our success. So when you get out of order, you're out of order. There's a penalty for it. And if we don't teach the truth and we're believers, there's a penalty for that. For you not spreading the truth and you're a believer, you be charged with sitting down. We supposed to uphold and take the truth out, not sitting down. You guilty. There's a penalty for that. It's in the lesson, it tell you that. Sitting down on the job. Cause you mad. Or cause I'm mad. Don't want to do nothing. See? Stiff-necked, rebellious. The message say these you keep away. Stony, hard-hearted, stiff-necked and rebellious. One who refused to do what is right, who don't want to do what is right. We get so hung up on ourselves, like we right. I know the black man, I've been in that condition. You get so, one time you get so up there, can't not nobody tell you. Your mind is made up. You go ahead and go out there, oh no, man, it ain't like that, brother. It ain't like that, sister. You know it. Hate to be around somebody like that. Can't tell them nothing. You see what I'm saying? This kind of thing. Who you hurting? You. You ain't nobody else. You hurt yourself. Because in a minute, it's going to destroy you. It's going to destroy you. You start doing foolish things. Why? Because you think you're right. You start doing foolish things, acting foolish and silly. I've been there with you. Yeah. Yeah. Just like I'm telling you, we have to think as husbands, as brothers. We have to see the sister we know, they won't be heard. It ain't the thing that they're trying to step over bounds and step over you. They want to be treated what? That. That's all. Whether you do what she say or not, at least listen. At least listen. She know you the God. She know you got the last say. She know you got everything over her. But listen. Whether you do it or not, you got to have the decency to listen. Maybe she's trying to tell you something that you don't know. But we get so hard-hearted, we don't listen to nobody. We just crush the sister. Or crush the brother. He's trying to tell you and me the right thing to do, but you do what you want to do anyway. It goes here, go out of there. You know what happens? People get tired of talking to you. They let you run into the brick wall yourself. That's what they do, okay? Go ahead, Mr. Know-it-all. Go ahead, Miss Know-it-all. You got the right answer. Go ahead. See what happens to you down the road. It may take 6 months, it may take 6 years. It might happen tomorrow. You know, Allah might decide to get you. Or me. You know. Then he'll take you to the point, let you go down, then you scream. Oh, Lord, no, that's not enough. I'm going to let you go down a little bit further. Make sure you get it. It's the mercy of the God. We're very fortunate to be followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I pray Allah never get like that again. I do. That's sickening. That's sickening. Here's a woman trying to tell you already got the advantage, but you're just gonna crush the little sister because she want to be heard. Crush the brother. And that's what the messenger said. Hey, man, don't crush me. Yeah, you can do all that, but man, don't crush me. This is the message said, brother, don't crush me. Because I'm trying to tell you what's right. Don't crush me. See, we like that. In my conclusion, I have a few more minutes. Truth is hard to accept sometimes. When we first came into the nation, ask yourself, how hard was you to accept the truth? How hard was it? Do you say, oh, I believe it? Was it real hard? If you'd never been out in the street, born in a nation, you probably wouldn't know. Was it hard or not? You're already in there. You already was taught. But if you came in like I came in, it wasn't hard at all. Me accept it. I accepted it the first time I heard it. I wasn't stubborn. I wasn't hard-hearted and stiff-necked. I let the teacher, preacher preach and let it in my heart. I listened to him. And I was judged. I said, wait a minute, this man is telling the truth. He said the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the messenger. I believe this man never saw the messenger. First time to the door. That's how truth is. But you have to accept the fact that you're wrong. I accept the fact I wasn't no Christian. I accept the fact I was a Muslim. I accept the fact I was a Muslim by nature, not a Negro. I had to accept that. It wasn't hard for me. So how it's hard for you to accept the truth when it comes down to you? It shouldn't be hard for you to accept the truth and admit it. It shouldn't be hard for you. You said Allah is God who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. You believe that? So accept the truth when you're wrong. I was wrong. I submitted. We have to be wrong and submit. Praise due to Allah. That's how it is. Assalamu alaikum. Praise be to Allah. Mama, did you get that? Back row there. Back row. Get on out your way now. Come on, brother. No time.
Brother says we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve, and the alone seeks for thine help and aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. And I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.